Live from the Hospital Hill Studios in Mbabane, it has just gone 10 o'clock Central Africa time. Good evening and welcome to the news brought to you by Eswatini Television. I'm Sanapho Ngwane. I am with Nomakabiso Ngambule. First, we begin here, your headlines tonight. The Public Accounts Committee has recuperated 43 million malangeni during the first session of the 12th Parliament. A 19-year-old boy hacked and killed his 67-year-old mother. And Eswatini has recorded a decrease in malaria cases this season from 180 cases to 48 cases recorded this past 6 months. Good evening, the news in detail. We begin here. The Public Accounts Committee has recuperated 43 million malangeni during the first session of the 12th Parliament. Now, this was said by the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, Madala Mhlanga.
Following the adjournment of the first session of the 12th Parliament, chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee, PAC, Madala Mhlanga, in an interview said the committee was able to recover 43 million of government's misused funds during the first session.
We've been able to recoup an amount of about 43 million over the 2024 financial year. And we are very hopeful and optimistic that we'll do more in the forthcoming year to enhance the civil service delivery to the people of Eswatini. We'll start off with the recommendations that the House resolved on, because as you might be aware, we make recommendations, we ask the House of Assembly to adopt, and once it's an adopted report, then the controlling officers has to abide and stick to their recommendations. So that's where we start off to see if the recommendations have been implemented or actioned by the controlling officers. And if it's not so, there'll be dire consequences to those controlling officers who have not adhered to the House resolutions. But as you might be aware, we've got a very archaic law or a legislation, which is the Privileges Act of 1967. So we shall be persuading the Prime Minister, who is Minister of Parliament, to bring a bill that will give PAC more powers to probe matters and hopefully to have more fines. The fines that we are having, they were last gazetted in 1967.
On the whole operations of the Parliament of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Clerk to Parliament, Benedict Xaba says Eswatini Parliament has gained international recognition, with Senate President Senator Lindiwe Dlamini being appointed Vice President of ASECA Women in Leadership, and the Deputy Speaker Madala Mhlanga is the Secretary General of SADC PACs, whereas the 12th Parliament enacted over 6 legislation during the first session. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I am Samkal Suekoza Ngulwini.
There were a total of 75 babies that were born on a New Year. Mbabane Government Hospital recorded 16 newborns.
16 babies were born at the Mbabane Government Hospital, while the RFM Hospital recorded 2 babies. Hlatikulu Government Hospital recorded 10, Mankayane 7, Good Shepherd recorded 4, Pixpic Hospital 5, Hlangano Health Center 7, Sitobela 5, Matsanjeni Health Center 2 babies were born. Togolago Health Center, only 1 child was born. Mkhuzweni, also 1 as well, while the Luke Commission recorded 4. At St. Teresa's Clinic in Zondwago, none were born. Private hospitals, including the Women and Children, Mbabane Clinic, Mazini Clinic, Medicine, Pilani, Mkiwa, and the Eswatini Private Hospital recorded only 1 baby. There were 42 females and 33 males altogether. When comparing the 2025 and 2024, there is just a slight difference, as there were 73 babies born in the year 2024 on the first day of January. In 2024, girls that were born were leading compared to boys with 44, while boys that were born were only 29. Reporting, I am Kian Msibi, Mbabane.
A 19-year-old boy hacked and killed his 67-year-old mother. Now, there are allegations that the suspect also raped his mother. This incident took place in Eswatini under the Matsanjeni North constituency. Now, Chief Police Information and Communications Officer Senior Superintendent Pindela Flagati confirms that State Police arrested and charged a man for hacking and killing his elderly.
The incident, which claimed the life of the deceased Bonisile Nzimanzi, occurred at around 9 p.m. At the time of tragedy, a 12-year-old girl, the victim's granddaughter, witnessed the events but could not intervene as her uncle brutally hacked her grandmother with a bush knife. The husband of the deceased, who is unwell, was asleep in another house and did not hear anything during the incident. The sister-in-law of the deceased, Jabulile Nzabanzaba, and a neighbor, Sipho Nyambos, shared what they know about the tragic event.
Afuna ukwacela kudla wathi ke makakahamba awuphakela edladlini.
Jabulile says the accused asked for food and the mother directed him to get food inside the house. The accused is said to have retaliated by wielding a bush knife and hacking his mother twice on the head. She adds that after attacking his mother, the accused dragged the 12-year-old child toward the graveyard. However, he fell asleep, allowing the minor to escape. On another hand, the neighbor Sipho Mbuisa says after the child informed him about the incident, he rushed to wake Jabulile. He also mentions that the accused and the deceased had been in good terms prior to the incident. This is not the first time a violent crime has occurred in Sibovini. A few weeks ago, a local businessman, Tomo Nkwanyana, shot and killed his son, Solomon Nkwanyana. The secretary of Mapungano Umphakathi, Vusi Matsenjo, expressed concern over the escalating violence in the area and called upon the police to strengthen law enforcement. Matsenjo says what is happening in the area is embarrassing. He emphasizes the need for each resident to engage in self-introspection. According to the Nzimanzi family, the 12-year-old girl who witnessed the incident has since been removed from the home and is deeply traumatized, frequently breaking down in tears. The family has requested support from anyone willing to assist with funeral arrangements. Those interested can contact member Nzimanzi at 7652-8108. 7652-8108. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Sibovini.
Eswatini has recorded a decrease in malaria cases compared to the year 2023, from 180 cases to 48 cases recorded over the past 6 months. Now, this was said by the National Malaria Program's Control Principal's Environmental Health Officer, Zulisile Zulu.
With the malaria season upon us, the Principal Environment Health Officer at the National Malaria Control Program, Zulisile Zulu, says Eswatini has recorded a decrease in malaria cases this season compared to last season.
We saw a decrease in the number of cases. I'll just, for sake of reference, compared to last year, same period, maybe from July to December, same period. Last year, we saw about 180 cases. And this year, we're able to reduce the numbers to 48 cases.
Zulu also says with the increase of asylum seekers from the Republic of Mozambique, where malaria is endemic, the program has been preparing to avoid any possible outbreaks.
We have started preparing for the situation. We've already been to Malinza refugee camp where we assessed the situation on the ground. Fortunately, all structures were sprayed except for one which was used as storage by them, and which has now been converted to a sleeping space. So the team will on Monday go and spray that structure. We will also be setting up testing points whereby we will try and test all the people who have come in. We do acknowledge that some of them may not present with the symptoms, may not be sick at this time, but they are carriers. So what we will be doing as a team or as a ministry, we will be screening all those people, all those who will be reactive, who will test positive, will be clear, will be given treatment on the ground.
With the residual spraying having started in September last year, the program has sprayed 62,000 structures so far. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Suekoza Manzini.
A 16-year-old girl from Mangwane in Mbabane gave birth at the Mbabane Government Hospital. According to reports, the girl was informed to last year at one of the leading schools in Mbabane. The Deputy Prime Minister's Office, Acting Director of National Children's Services Department, Mhambi Dlangamandla, says they will send social workers to investigate the matter.
We're bit disturbed to learn that there is one mother who is underage, I think 16 years, who was amongst those who gave birth during this festive season. We want to remind the public that having sexual relationships with an underage child is strictly prohibited by the laws of this country. And also remind families that they are the ones who are responsible for ensuring that children are well guided so that they do not find themselves, in such situations. And with this one, we want to say we will send our social workers to investigate the matter so that whosoever has done this can be brought to book and the law take its course.
Now, staying with that story, the Chief Police Communications and Information Officer, Senior Superintendent Pindile Vragati, has confirmed that this matter is under investigations.
Sibonile nathi indzaba yemfana lona 16 weminyaka lo tfolakele ukuthi ubelekile sisahlola emabhukwini ethu futhi kambe besinayo le report kepha ke vele nyalo nje lo sikhuluma emaphoyisa labukela oluhlangothi sekavela semgwaqweni.
Police are already investigating the matter to ascertain if the perpetrator has been brought to book. Eswatini are being warned against failing to report such cases. There is a law in place requiring individuals to report such crimes, and failure to do so can result in arrest.
Economist Tembegosi Dube says the year 2024 hasn't been a good financial year for consumers. As the year 2025 begins, economists also have their projection on how the economy should look like. Dube says one of the ways to improve the economy is to increase money circulations amongst consumers.
Economic growth is a key indicator of a country's development. As 2025 begins, economist Tembegosi Dube emphasizes that for Eswatini's economy to thrive, it is crucial for the government to create more opportunities that foster business growth.
The decline in consumer spending has a negative effect in the performance of the economy, because for the economy to thrive and to be more active, to expand, the local people, the people in that economy have to be willing to spend. The reason for the decline in consumer spending is linked to consumer confidence, which is a cause mainly by the instability in the circulation of fund or in cash circulation, let me just say that. So those are the things that affect consumer spending. Our desire that such issues be addressed, such that all the budgets and the planning from the different ministries can be achieved or attained in a special way and the economy can grow. But if government actually can concentrate on addressing consumer spending, we will see a positive growth in the economy.
Last year, the government projected an economic growth rate of 4.9% for the 2024-2025 period. Prime Minister Russell Dlamini also underscored in his speech that the government is committed to increasing the country's economic growth to 12% annually. Reporting for Eswatini TV, I am Skhulile Dlamini with Gianni Msibi in Babane.
Eswatini has been named as one of the top 25 countries for travel destinations. Now, this is according to CNN Travel in America.
The CNN Travel from America, which is an article, has released a list of the top 25 best travel destinations to visit. Eswatini is listed amongst those countries. Some other things being looked at is peace in those countries. It is said as the country is one of the smallest countries in the world, but it is one of the best in as far as tourism is concerned. This baby rock has been named as the most attractive rock loved by many. The Eswatini Tourism Authority CEO Vusi Dlamini says they are delighted and happy with the article as it shows that the tourism sector is being recognized worldwide.
Siyakujabulela kakhulu lokho lokusho ukuthi loko kwenda kokuthi kusibeke silive laseSwatini khona emaphini emhlabeni wonke jikelele ikakhulukazi ke lokulaba kuhambise embili kube ngiyo indzaba.
He says they strive to ensure that tourism sector boosts the economy of Eswatini. He says this shows that there is still a lot that needs to be done as they have to maintain the standard. On another note, he says they are impressed with the numbers of internal tourists that entered the country during the festive season.
Nasibuka tinombolo tethu sesithi hlanganisile cishe tiyajabulisa de bantu labasuka ngaphandle kwelive laseSwatini ikakhulukazi lengidawuthi ngona ema-international tourists ethu sibone tinombolo leti lapha kubo 21,000.
He says over 21,000 tourists entered the country, which is an impressive number. He says during this time of the year, there is the Ingwala ceremony, which is loved by many and attracts tourists as well. The tourism sector aims to ensure that Eswatini tourism is marketed globally. Reporting, I am Kian MCB, Mbabane.
Right, let's segue nicely into the world of business, where we take a look at financial indicators to get a sense of how our markets are faring today in our financial report.
Standard Bank.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Eswatini television. This is the news at 10. We move on with the news. There were 15 rape cases that were reported in the police during the festive season. The Police Information and Communications Officer Pindile Vlagati says some have already been apprehended in connection to rape cases.
Sikhanze ukuthi emameda abeng7 kulo 7 emameda ke 6 kuboshiwe iseyinye imeda lapho saphenya khona noma sengamtholi umsolo.
She says as the police service, they work tirelessly to ensure the safety of the public and property during the festive season. She says there were 7 murders while 6 suspects have been apprehended while only 1 is still under investigation. She mentions that in as far as armed robberies is concerned, there were 6 armed robberies where 3 of those suspects have been arrested. Rape cases were 15 and 5 have been arrested, while the others, investigations are still ongoing. 1 person have been arrested in relation to the 5 Kata scams during the festive season. Others reported during the festive season were people that were arrested carrying daka. She also says they asked Bomalume who carry children to ensure that their vehicles are in a good state as schools will be opening soon. She says they can also visit the police service to ensure that their vehicles are in a good state, as they do have a department responsible for that.
The Eswatini Migrant Mine Workers Association, Swamiwa, is urging the children of former mine workers who were injured and are receiving compensation from Rand Mutual to register for free tertiary bursaries.
Got about 480 disability pensioners in the country, and they've got a number of children. There are a number of children that are benefiting in the scheme. There are those that are doing high school, and others are doing primary school. But for now, we like those who want to come to us must apply for a tertiary, which means at the university level. This year, our approach is in 2 areas. One is on continuous for ex-mine workers to do the medical examination in order to access money from Tiamiso Trust. But on our side, our local office will be working with communities in completing the necessary forms to apply for compensation, because most miners will be compensated probably twice. One will be the statutory compensation, which is paid by the Ministry or the Department of Health South Africa, through the levies. And then the second one will be the Tiamiso Trust, which is a case that came out with a settlement of 5 billion. So those are the two areas that we'll be working on this year. And the Tiamiso Trust, it's a continuous one, but this one for statutory compensation, it will be the continuous also, but we have stopped working on it for a very long time now. So then we'll actually resume assisting ex-mine workers.
Welcome back in our sports news. The founder of the golf tournament known as Lipoto, Victor Masilela, says the league aims to encourage golfers to stay active even during the festive season. Masilela was speaking during the first golf tournament of the year 2025 held in Mhlambanyatsi.
Golf players gathered in Mhlambanyatsi to play their first game of 2025. According to the founder of the tournament, Victor Masilela, the purpose of this game is to encourage golfers to stay physically fit at all time, especially during these holidays.
There is a small tournament, pro, amateur, lesivama kudlala, sihlanganise lama-golfers. Since umnyaka sowuphelile, senzela ukuthi to keep them busy and active, so that lokuqala umnyaka utholakala ukuthi ba in good shape. Basically, lesikwendako la sibuka lokuthi kuningi lokwendekako. We have lost some of the golfers and caddies during this time because uthola ukuthi sebahledi, they are not doing anything. So ngibukela ukuthi hayi ungcono lama-golfers ngiwahlanganise akhona ukudlala, sibe naloko lokuncane ke lesikufakako sikudlalele, sendele lokuthi kube na sort of incentive.
The players who participated in this game expressed their expectations for the year 2025.
More rules and understanding about new golfer. I mean, maybe for a year only. So funza rules and also just to get better at the game and start playing more competition so that you give pressure in my competition. Competition, I mean, it was a big thing, but it's in a WhatsApp group. So more of this, I'd be very happy, and including good sponsorship.
Achieve more best golf for 2025.
Yeah. As amateurs golfers, the aim basically is to try and network from whatever walks of different businesses, as it were. So the essence of it is to indeed try and network and try build clientele depending on the business that you are in.
The game did not finish as it was interrupted by a heavy rainstorm. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports News, I am Patizum Sebi, Mhlambanyatsi.
Right, and just like that, we hit the home stretch of the news at 10 at Eswatini Television. Before we go, a quick reminder of your top stories tonight. The Public Accounts Committee has recuperated 43 million Malangeni during the first session of the 12th Parliament. A 19-year-old boy hacked and killed his 67-year-old mother. Eswatini has recorded a decrease in malaria cases this season from 180 cases to 48 cases recorded these past 6 months. Right, and just like that, we have come to the conclusion of the news at 10 at Eswatini Television. Thank you so much for choosing to stay with us. It's been a pleasure. We shall now cross over to the Weather Center for a detailed weather report from us and the team at Eswatini TV. For now, it is good night and God bless.
This festive season, Eswatini TV brings you a movie fiesta.
You tell me exactly what you saw.
10 minutes gone.
My name is Ian Swan. This man is my prisoner.
Drug court.
Which is why this is so difficult. You teach this? I don't.
Don't push me. Mind your own business. No! Oh, no. Stop it! Why don't you should